Hey gang, yeah, gosh, go away. Uh, Sorry, I don't know why that lingers on the screen for so long sometimes. Anyway, this is a little video to help you out. If you need any assistance on, what would this be, Tuesday, April 7th, which is a lot about domain and range. The biggest theme is domain and range. Remember, domain is the set of all x values, and the range of a relation is the set of all y values. And it's also going to refer to functions. If a relation is a function, it's not allowed to have any repeat x's. But in other words, and the more like official definition is that if you plug in something for x, you should only get one answer for y. So like for every x value, there should only be one y value. If you input something for x, it's only going to spit out one answer. So like here, if you plug in 5 for x, are you going to get potentially more than just one answer? No, you're only going to get one answer. So remember, this says the absolute value of x minus 3. Another vocab sort of reminder. Absolute value means the distance from 0. In other words, you take the absolute value of something and it makes it positive, and if it's not already positive. So like the absolute value of 5 is just 5 minus 3. 5 minus 3 is 2, right? And then when you plug in 4, absolute value of 4, that's just 4 minus 3 is 1. Absolute value of 1 is just 1 minus 3 is negative 2. And then if you plug in 0, y is going to end up being negative 3. Now here we go. If you plug in negative 1, the absolute value of negative 1 is going to be positive 1. And then you subtract 3, and you get negative 2. Right? So if you plug in negative 2 in for x, the absolute value of that is 2 minus 3 is negative 1. If you plug in negative 8, absolute value that's positive 8, and then minus 3 is 5. And then even this becomes a positive 20, minus 3 is 17. Okay? So, first of all, can you think of any reason why you would not be allowed to plug in like whatever you wanted in for x? Like, is there any number that you could not take the absolute value of, and you'd be sort of like disqualified from even plugging in for x? Is there any such number that you cannot take the absolute value of? Okay, and the answer is no, right? At least as far as we're concerned right now and stuff. So that refers to the domain. So the domain here could be any real number, negative infinity to positive infinity. Now, as far as the range is concerned, right, can y equal anything? Like, are we potentially having y equal every number, or are there certain numbers that y would never equal, no matter what you plugged in for x? Like, analyze these answers, is there any, like the absolute value of some number minus 3, are there numbers that y could just never be, no matter what you plug in for x? And spoiler alert, here we go. One number that y could never be is like negative 10. You can never have y equal negative 10. Like this over here can never equal negative 10, no matter what you plug in for x. Okay, even if you plug in like negative 1,000, you know what I mean? No, right? So there's a lot of numbers that y cannot equal, like negative 10, negative 11, negative 15, negative 1,000. Heck, even -4, right? So like, in fact, what is the smallest number that y can actually be? What's the smallest number that we can make y hit? Turns out it's -3. If you plug in 0 for x, y actually hits -3. Okay? And so that speaks about the range a little bit. You know what I mean? And remember, I mean, I have these tools. I might as well. Oh, come on, man. Anyway, should have been a little more prepared. So this kind of speaks to the graph. You know, remember that this would be the graph of a v, except not having a vertex at the origin like the parent function, but this -3 makes it go like down 3 notches. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and oh, idiot, what am I doing? Down 3. And so it would be a v down here. So you can kind of see how the range only goes as low as -3, but it goes up forever. So in other words, from -3 to infinity. This would be the range. Jeez. From -3 to infinity. Okay. What else was talked about here? Small. Describe the graph. Yeah. You should be able to kind of just wanted to at the very least remind you of what domain means and what range means and how functions, you know, for every, like if you plugged in some number for x, it's only going to spit back out at you, one answer for y. Okay, that's what a function is. But anyway, hopefully that helps. If not, then feel free to shoot me an email or something.